Buckminster Fuller was the genius architect behind the Dymaxion House. Considering all 9 units that led up to this final case study project, this movie goes into detail about the great-grandson of Buckminster Fuller, who in present time is living in the Dymaxion House. The name Dymaxion House comes from 3 root words: dynamic, maximum, and tension. At the time of its development, the Dymaxion House was a futuristic dwelling, built to be sustainable and designed to display forward-thinking and influential innovations. Not only was the Dymaxion House a great influence for how to construct a weatherproof structure, but changed the way people heated and cooled their homes, using natural means, and showed how dynamic and interchangeable a floor plan could be. Garner, who is the main character in this movie, is currently living in the Dymaxion House as an aspiring designer so that he can get inspiration for his own project. The best way he knows how to analyze this space is by going through the same 9 units that we have explored thus far. As far as the principles and elements are concerned, he found that there is tons of line, pattern, it's proportional throughout, texture, a contrast with the modern ceiling with the classical furniture, shape, it makes a big circle. There are pops of green color, which also create contrast with the dark brown walls and ceilings. Exploring scale, he found that by looking at the interior view, overlooking view, floor plan, and original design, you were able to see in all of these how a human were made to fit the space and live in. The main materials that were utilized in this space were wood, glass, textile, and metal. The metal creates a futuristic experience, since not many homes had been built using this material at that time. The glass added a welcoming feeling, showcasing the interior for the exterior through the windows. The wood and textiles used within the interior added aspects to the house that made it feel like a home. Light and color were both definitely heavily considered when building this structure. The most prominent use of light is actually from the exterior due to the metal surface on the outside, and color most prominent on the interior through the use of furnishings and finishings. While exploring the idea of technology, Garner found that the Dymaxion House as a whole was a huge technological development. Not only did Buckminster Fuller create an interchangeable floor plan, he also worked with materials that played with the idea of sustainability, made a structure that was completely weatherproof, and changed the way people heated and cooled their homes forever. In the final design of the Dymaxion House, there was a central vertical stainless steel strut used on a single foundation. Structures similar to the spokes of a bicycle wheel hung down from this supporting the roof. There were also beams radiating out that supported the floor. Wedge-shaped fans of sheet metal aluminum formed the roof, ceiling, and floor. Each structure was assembled at ground level and then winched up the strut. The furnishings used were nothing extravagant, just simple pieces of furniture that allowed you to live in this space. In the kitchen, you see a simple wooden dining room set, a couch, and a coffee table, with also a side lamp. And in the bedroom, all you see is a simple single bed and a nightstand. When designing the Dymaxion House, Buckminster Fuller wanted it to be a space that would represent itself. He wanted it to be futuristic and have so many technological developments. Garner found that living in it currently, this still was true today. The Dymaxion House did a lot more than just change the experience of someone who would live in it. It changed the experience of anyone who ever resides in a design project. In the end, Garner found that living in the Dymaxion House was an overall positive experience, not only because he got to go through the design process as if he were his great-grandfather, Buckminster Fuller, he also realized that he can too make impactful designs.